Does the wife have full authority over her body? No. And does the husband have full authority over his body? No. According to the Apostle Paul, there has to be mutual consent between the husband and the wife with regard to physical intimacy. And the problem that we have today, and of course there was a problem at the church in Corinth, was obviously that either the wife was withholding physical intimacy with the husband or the husband with the wife. During those times, you must remember, and even now, the husbands were actually allowed to have another wife. In other words, he was allowed to commit adultery. And we know that according to the word of God, that is not so. Each one has to have a wife of his own or a husband of their own, and that settles it. But the problem here, like we are talking about in Corinthians 7, verses 1 to 4, is about the whole aspect of withholding that physical intimacy with each other. Now, Paul addresses this and he says the only time that you should, and that's under mutual consent, is when you go into prayer. But I think what he's really talking about is where you are giving yourself under or coming under full consecration before the Lord, and that would include prayer and fasting. So where you are going into praying and fasting, then out of a mutual consent, you should then agree that you abstain from that physical intimacy. And then again, Paul makes a very important point, is that you should not separate yourself from each other, even when it is about prayer and fasting, to the extent where the other goes into a situation, or the other is left in a situation where due to the urges, the physical urges, that it would cause one to commit adultery. So we need to look at this thing very carefully. We are having a look here at not withholding the body from physical intimacy, and that goes for both parties. Paul also says that the man does not have authority over his body, but the wife does. And the wife does not have authority over her body, but the husband has. So again, you can see this mutual consent that is needed between husband and wives, and the one cannot withhold physical intimacy with the other. So we need to understand why Paul is addressing it, because there was a problem at the church of Corinth, and we have that very problem today that is leading to divorce. So Paul addresses this issue, and I believe that we need to follow what the Lord gave through Paul as a vessel for us, the church, and for us as individuals today.